Hello, I'd like to explain the egg drop experiment. The egg drop experiment is really a challenge because if you drop an egg, it cracks. And in our experiment, I need you to drop the egg from a certain height and make sure it's not cracked. So you're gonna have to figure out how to increase the time of collision, the impact time, because impulse is the time multiplied by the force. So when you increase the time, then you reduce the force. That's what saves an egg from cracking. And that's also the same principle how airbags work for automobiles. So if there's unfortunately a collision, then the impact force times the impact time period is the change of the car's momentum. And so the longer the time, the smaller the force. Airbags gradually take the impact, absorbs the impact so that to prolong the time and reduce the force. That's how airbags saves lives and makes the car safer in case of a collision. In this experiment, you are going to figure out a way to make sure the egg doesn't crack. And one measurement we perform in this lab is that we measure the height at which point the egg drops. So here, look at the picture. We have a very accurate caliper. So caliper can measure up to micrometers, and this one can be used. If you look at the marking, it can be measured to the accuracy of 0.05 millimeters. So it's very accurate. And then the standard ruler. This standard ruler, interestingly, has both the metric and the English markings. So if we look at the centimeters from 1 to 30, so in between 0 and 1 centimeters, there are 10 markings. So the accuracy is 1 millimeter. So this is not as accurate as the caliper, 1 millimeter versus 0.05 millimeter. And the other one is the tape measure on the side. If you open up the tape measure, gently pull it out, so don't break it. If you gently pull it out, it's actually very sturdy quality, but just as a good habit, don't pull anything really hard. If you open it up, it also has a millimeter it has millimeter accuracy. So the ruler and the tape measure has the same accuracy. So in this experiment, when you measure the height, you're asked to measure 3 feet or 6 feet. So for accuracy, we do not really need the caliper accuracy. So that you either use the ruler or the measuring tape. So then what matters is the range. So you're going to select the measurement equipment with the correct range to make this measurement. So that's the part I like to explain for this experiment. The difficulty of this experiment is really in prolonging the collision impact time. So that is a lot of hands-on trial and error, and I hope you get it. In case you need help, feel free to reach out to students or to me. And usually we eventually figure out how to make this happen.